Guys, Poseidon here, the Trident staff sling. Let's go. Alright, so I'll start off with just some info on the build of this. First up, a big shout out to Kordwar on slinging.org because he made the staff sling heads, he 3D prints them, and he also gave me the idea for the Trident sling. I reached out to him to get some staff sling heads because I wanted some, and in our negotiation the count got up to 3, and he said, oh, you could make a Trident, and so I had to. And so before making this, I actually made just a single, which here's the single, and this is the exact same piece that's in the center of the Trident sling. So here, I'll show you this real quick. The staff sling heads that Kordwar makes, they're threaded, so they just go on a broom handle. You can twist it on just like that. When I first got these broom handles, they were a little too flimsy, so I did have to add a wooden dowel on the inside just to give it some strength, and it also gave it a little bit of weight, which I really liked. But we can take a look at that. Hey guys, just to show you this real quick. Here's the empty tube with the threaded connection. Now, it is metal. I don't know if the camera will pick this up or not, but if I squeeze the ends here, I can bend it. So this is very thin and cheesy by itself, but I get the 3/4 inch dowel rod. This fits in almost perfectly. There's a little bit of space so I can get some glue on there. It slides in, just cut the excess off, and this thing's gonna be way stronger, plus doubles the weight. So put the dowel in here, and it's glued in with Gorilla Glue, so it's still a little bit lighter than I would like it to be, but it's definitely a better weight and a lot more solid. Then I made the sling, and if anyone's not real familiar with staff slings, it's the length of the sling that really controls how high or how low your release angle is. If you have a shorter sling, it'll release sooner, and so it throws it at a higher angle. And if you have a really long sling, it takes longer to come over, it releases later, and it gives you a more downward angle. So I've made this specifically so I could get to the length of the sling before I had to make 3 of them for the Trident. But I'll put a clip with some throws from this on the initial testing.
Hey guys, I'm going to voice over this part just to save some time. I'm testing with another staff sling I have to see if the sling length is correct. And you can see that ice ball soared way over top of the target. So this sling length is too short. And I'm going to throw one more just to confirm that. Another thing you can see here is I'm choked up on the sling because the staff of this is longer than the other one I have. So I'm putting my hands in a position to effectively make it shorter. And you can see that ice ball also soared over the target. So I need to make a longer sling. And here's some clips of my first attempts with this new staff sling. This was the first sling length that I tried, and I just hit it perfectly. It's taking me a few throws to get it dialed in, because believe it or not, this is the first time I've used a staff sling to try to hit a target.
That close to a Diana. There's the D.
And with that, we have the sling length.
All right, guys, we're ready to go. Let's give this a test, see if it works. When I was first throwing, I don't know if I mentioned it in that other clip, so I'll bring it up now. Distance I set my target up was at 13 meters, and just looking at it, I started laughing because it seemed so close for a staff sling. So target is going to be at 20 meters. The goal is to get a hit with all 3 on the target at one time. Obviously, if one or more of those hits can be Diana, that'll be awesome, but I'm not really looking for that so much. I just want 3 target hits with 1 throw. Let's go. All right, guys, as usual, slinging ice. Targets at 20 meters. Let's go. That's certainly got some weight to it now. Probably in the neighborhood of 300 grams on in those pouches right now. That's certainly a lot more difficult to get moving than the other one. I mean, I had thought of that happening, but I didn't put too much attention to it. So these ultimately might need to be shortened just because of the weight. Let's try it again though. There we go. Okay, I might be able to make these lengths work. But, all right, one hit, and it looked like the others were just a little bit too high. So let me get some more ice and we'll do this again. One thing that showed me though, I mean, I missed low, but they all went together. If I can get that height up, I think this can absolutely hit that target all together. That was so close. I think one missed though. Lost the staff sling head. Well, I guess I'll steal the one off my single. All right, well, this thing for the moment has failed. I have hit the target some, but there, as you've seen, the vast majority of throws are going way too low. And what I think the problem is, because I did the test with the single, and so I know these sling lengths are good to hit that target. Because of the added weight with the wood and the extra slings, and plus the extra projectiles, with this length I'm not able to get enough speed with this sling to get the release point right. So just the added weight, me coming over with the throw, the slings are just taking longer to get forward, and so they're going too low. So regrettably, I do need to adjust these, because I don't want just one hit. I want to be where every time I throw, at least one ice ball's hitting the target, and they're just not there. I'm throwing too low every time. Unless I stop short in the movement, and then they're usually going too high or wild. So I want to be able to finish and do a full throw forward, but these slings are too long. So I'm going to go back and shorten these. Unfortunately, I'm just going to have to kind of take a wild guess of how long to make them. I'm going to shorten them by probably about 2 inches, I think, and we'll see how that does. But it looks cool. Ultimately a failure for 20 meters, although I did get some that I think I got 2 hits. And I know I hit the Diana plate at least once. So there have been some hits, but overall, it's not working the way I want. I'm going to shorten the slings. I'll be back for day 2. Hey guys. All right, we're ready for our next round of this thing. I did shorten the slings, unfortunately not very scientifically. So I just took a wild guess. I didn't shorten them by a lot. I only shortened them by about 1.5 inches, so around 4 centimeters, give or take. But we'll give this a shot, see if it lifts the projectile trajectory up a bit. And if it doesn't do it enough, I will shorten them again. Let's do it. First throw with the shortened slings. My aim was a little off, but that was much better. This might work. This I'll note though too, it does have a similarity to all the other slings I've made that throw multiple projectiles, is that it does get difficult to get in any kind of rhythm, because it takes, I mean, this doesn't take that long to load. It takes, I don't know, somewhere between 30 seconds and around 30-40 seconds probably. But you can't just drop a single projectile and throw again. That grouping was perfect. Hi guys, bad news. That was an absolute break. That is very unfortunate. It was right where the, I don't know how it's gonna show up. Yeah, I'm sure you can see it, but that's right where the screw came in. So that's where the wood was weakened because of the screw. So the staff sling's broken twice now through this venture. Broke a staff sling head, and on this one the entire, I always forget what to call these things, tines or points, whatever. The whole piece of the fork broke off. All right, well, that's it for today, I guess. I will repair this. Until next time. All right, guys, hopefully this will be the last day with this thing. This broken part is repaired. Thankfully the brake was really clean, so I just glued it back together, clamped it. And on the back, I also added a little piece of wood and put some screws in it. So hopefully that holds up and none of the other prongs break. I think I refer to these things by like 4 different names by now. But hopefully it doesn't break again. If it does, I don't know if I'm going to fix this one again. Let's throw it again, see if I can get that triple hit. All right, we're ready again. One thing I didn't mention on the repaired part, that little piece of wood I added, that's also glued on. It's not just sitting there with the screws. So, I mean, I'll still say I'm worried that thing's going to break again on this first throw, but let's see. might be the best throw I've had on it. I think I did have one Diana there, but 2 hits. One went underneath. That was real close, so let me do that again. That was so close. But bad news, I guess you can see that. And I don't have another one of these. Damn it. Alright guys, I have to say I'm sick of repairing this model. So I think I'm going to end the experiment with this one. And we'll call this part 1. Because I would like to get this out for everyone to see it. And maybe have some of you guys out there give it a try if you want. But like I said, I think I'm going to scrap this particular one and come up with a stronger design so that I can use it without it breaking. Because broke two heads and broke a whole prong off. This thing just isn't holding up to ice very well. I think if I was slinging tennis balls, it would have been fine. In hindsight, maybe I should have switched off the tennis balls after the first staff head broke. But either way, hope you like part 1. I'll be back with, maybe this could be redesigned better, or with a whole new staff sling. I will get that hit, but we're going to have to wait for part 2. Cheers, guys.